Police, open up the door.
Show me your hands.
Show me your hands. Step up.
I don't live here. This is not my house. This is a friend's house of mine. I apologize.
If you're in here, make yourself known. Do it now.
Have you ever seen a firearm kind of that?
Yes, I have.
You're not gonna tell me there's a gun in the seat next to you? That'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? Oh, and a pocket full of bullets.
Jetcom 911, what is the address of the emergency?
Some guy just got shot. And they took off in a silver two-door Pontiac.
Around 8 p.m. of that night, Edgewater Police Department responded to a report of shots fired at the intersection of Sheridan and 25th. The shooter had fled the scene, while the victim was left clinging to his last breath.
Where is he at exactly?
He's in the parking lot, like face down. We're standing right next to him. He's still conscious and he's still breathing.
Where did he get shot at?
Where did he get shot at? I don't know. He's face down. He's not talking.
He is breathing though?
Yes.
Is he awake and talking to you?
No, he's face down. I don't think he's going to be breathing for... He's like...
Did you see the person that shot him?
No.
By the time that police arrived at the scene, there was no hope for resuscitation. The 911 caller claimed that there was no exit wound, something that was confirmed later by the autopsy report. The police did find a 9mm shell casing at the crime scene. While examining the body, the detectives noticed that the victim's right leg was completely crushed. The reasoning behind this ruthless act would later be discovered thanks to CCTV footage. The police were able to ID the victim as 27-year-old Andrew David Jenicek. According to his obituary, Andrew was a graduate from CU Denver with a degree in finance and had worked at the Department of Revenue for 5 years. His mother would claim that Andrew was, quote, my best friend, and was described as a, quote, kind, gentle soul. It was a shocking turn of events for the Jenicek family, and they deserved justice more than anything. The officers had to get a description of the incident and the shooter. The 911 caller's friend, who witnessed the whole thing, stated that she was sitting in the car waiting for her friends when she heard a gunshot that turned an ordinary evening for her into the most traumatizing experience of her life.
You hear, guns. So guns. So how many shots you hear?
One.
And then you see the victim already on the ground, face down, as you said, and the shooter standing. So over here, demonstrate. I'm not laying on the ground, but how would you, if this is right here's the victim, how is he standing? Guns in the right hand. Did you see the gun? Mm-hmm. Kind of. What did it look like?
Like a 9mm is a big gun. It looked black and silver. It had a big barrel.
Could you tell if it was like a pistol or like a semi-automatic?
It looks like your guys' guns.
Okay. So like this?
Yeah.
There's no like brown
There's no
circular?
spinning thing, no.
Well, how long did he stand there?
A couple seconds, like maybe 10 seconds before he got back in the car.
Where did he get in the car at?
The passenger side.
Which side? Front or back?
Front. It was a two-door.
Okay, so you got in there.
So that'd be the driver's side.
Yeah, that's the driver's side. Or facing this way.
They're facing this way, so oh, just kidding.
You have a driver's license?
I do.
All right. So, how did it leave? Did it
We went out this way.
just went around?
Yep, and then sped down 20th westbound.
Okay. Could you see it in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what the shooter was wearing?
I don't. Maybe a hoodie and jeans, but I don't really know. I was ducking down because they were looking around the parking lot to see if anyone else was out there.
The fact that the shooter stayed over the body for a couple of seconds indicates that this could be an act of revenge, or at best, intended. This doesn't sound like a spur-of-the-moment situation yet, but we will have to turn to surveillance footage to confirm that. She also claimed that the shooter fled in a silver Pontiac and that he got in the passenger side, which means that someone else was driving the vehicle. Between 7:39 and 7:40, we get a small view into the attack. The person in the hoodie jumps away after shooting, and on the ground you can see the victim. What's even more gruesome is that after the shooter gets into the car, the driver literally drives over his leg as he zooms out of the parking lot, which explains the trauma on his leg. A few seconds later, the witness reaches the victim for aid and asks her friend to call 911. The detectives couldn't track the car's escape, and none of the cameras captured a clear shot of the license plate. The footage only confirmed what the witness had already told them. In response, the police issued a BOLO notice with the car's description, hoping that someone would come forward with information to crack the case. That's when the Denver Police Department got involved. According to them, they had a similar case with a similar car description. They had even put out a BOLO for their case in which the car was a 2006 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and they had a partial plate as well. While the witness claimed that it was a silver Pontiac, you can't help but notice the lack of distinction between this and the 2006 Mitsubishi Eclipse, which the Denver PD were looking for. The Edgewater Police Department had to consider the possibility that the witness might have described the wrong car. This became a pivotal moment in the case. While their search for a Pontiac seemed to lead to a dead end, a white Mitsubishi was discovered 2 days after the incident in Edgewater. So the police pulled the vehicle over to conduct a traffic stop. And even though it's not the same exact car in the Jenicek case, both the police departments are about to realize that their two cases are shockingly similar.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Hey, Officer Lloyd, Denver Police. You can't turn left there.
Oh, I can't?
No, it says there's a big sign up there that says "Do not turn left." That's because most times during the day it's really bad for traffic. It causes a lot of accidents. So.
Oh, okay, I see.
And you don't have a front plate either. Is it up in the window?
Yeah, because
okay.
my thing is broken, so I got to get a new one to actually hold it.
The bracket?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, do you have your license, registration, insurance, ma'am?
There's those.
Okay.
Grab my tip. I'll grab my tip. All right,
You have ID on you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Gracias. Alicia Valdez. Okay. I'm guessing you guys don't live in the area?
Yeah, I'm in Springs.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm not so familiar with it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Be right back with you, okay?
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
According to the license and registration, the car is registered to 19-year-old Alicia Valdez. There are two more passengers in the car, 19-year-old Caleb Vigil and 20-year-old Devin Howard. Shortly after the stop, the Denver PD was contacted and informed that they found the vehicle they were looking for.
Alicia, gotta have you step out for a second. Don't grab anything with you, okay? Just step on out for me. Go ahead and put this.
Why?
I'll tell you in a sec, okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead and put your cigarette down.
Okay, sorry.
You're okay. All right. Yeah, put your hands behind your back. You got a warrant, okay?
Why?
Why do you have a warrant?
Yeah.
You probably know that better than I do, but we're gonna do some research and tell you exactly what it is.
It's El Paso County Sheriff, so all we know is you have one. They don't tell Colorado Springs.
Where you're from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put out a felony warrant out for you.
A felony warrant?
Yeah.
Yep.
How though?
I think it said domestic violence.
Domestic violence?
Yep. Come back here.
You got her?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and take your seatbelt off. Slowly. Step out of the car. Don't grab anything with you.
You put your food in the bag, man. Set her down. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Watch them. I'll pat it down real quick. I'm just gonna set you on the curb, okay? You just put your wallet on the top, man.
So far, so good. The four people calmly step out of the car and into handcuffs. The one in the green shirt is Caleb, who was sitting in the back. And as they leave the car, the police find something unnerving in the back.
You're not gonna tell me there's a gun in the seat next to you? What? You're gonna tell me you're gonna try to leave a gun on the seat when you left? That'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? Oh, and a pocket full of bullets. How about this? I'm about to get out of the car. Officer, I have a gun on me. Right? You ever been convicted of a felony before? Okay.
Turns out there was a gun in the back seat, which Caleb didn't inform the officers about. That gun was not registered to him, so now he has added a new charge to his name: possession of a weapon by previous offender. On top of all this, the gun was a match for our suspect weapon, a 9mm. So now, Alicia and Caleb are taken in for interrogation. Alicia Valdez was interrogated first regarding her outstanding warrant, but it didn't take long for the interrogation to move from her El Paso burglary case to the Denver case, and then, finally, the Andrew Jenicek case. By the way, if you're finding the video interesting, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really supports the channel. Now, let's dive back in.
Clothes in the back. There was somebody else's purse in the back. I don't remember who.
Okay. Was it that other girl, do you think?
No, it was somebody else.
Oh, somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's about it.
Yeah, he might be able to answer that one for you. So, okay.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, just tired.
The water's still there for you if you want it.
I want some, but I'm debating. I might get cold.
Well,
this one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for all this. It's pretty apparent to me you're being truthful about things. You know. And it's also apparent that there's some stuff you don't want to talk about.
What do you mean?
Well, do you know why we're really here?
I mean, I know for the, forgetting the name of it, the burglary thing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, like,
Look,
I know it was El Paso, but...
You know, we're not here about that. Okay. Look, we've been sitting here talking for a while. I genuinely like you. I think you're a good kid. Well, to me, you're a kid.
Well, I mean, I am a kid.
Yeah, you're younger than my daughter. Okay. Yeah, I mean that. You're up here from the Springs. You've had some stuff in your life, but now you're up here in Denver hanging with these guys that you've got, you know, some history. Some rough history, not your kind of history, right? Mm-hmm. You're kind of out of your element up here, all right?
Well, I mean, sorry, I almost called my husband. my boyfriend, yeah, I know he has a history and stuff like that. I mean, the way I see it, everybody does. You know?
Sure they do.
Everybody has gone through something in their life. Everybody has a past.
Yeah.
But honestly, me being in his life, I've bettered him. Mm-hmm. I'm keeping him out of trouble, as well as trying to keep myself out of trouble, but apparently I don't know.
Well, I don't know that you got yourself into trouble, other than the people you're hanging with, mm-hmm. but these other people have gotten you into a lot of trouble.
Who?
Caleb, for one.
He got me in a lot of trouble?
Well, you just told me we spent a long time. We were very clear mm-hmm. that no one else has been driving your car for the last week. Mm-hmm. Okay? That you and Devon, or you and Devon and Caleb have been in your car. There's a few random people you don't know, but even when those random people are in the car, you and Devon are in the car. Mm-hmm. And that's you staying with that?
Pretty much.
Okay. So, remember the day that it was raining? It was snowing, real bad weather? That was Friday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was last Friday. It was just 3 days ago now. Okay. That night, the night before all that snow and rain, mm-hmm. do you remember where you were that night?
Honestly, I could not tell you.
Okay. You know where Sloan's Lake is?
I don't.
It's the lake over on the west side of town.
I don't.
Okay. Do you know where Edgewater is? The city of Edgewater. It's a small Edgewater, just a small city right next to Denver on the west side.
Honestly, I could tell you no, because
okay.
I don't know Denver.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. You remember being in a dark parking lot that night?
I don't know.
Okay, look at me. Your car is at the scene of a murder. Someone got out of your car, shot someone, and killed them. Got back into your car and drove away. You just told me that you were driving your car all week. I know you didn't shoot anybody. Right now, I'm guessing this wasn't your idea. You might not even known that person was going to do it, but you were there when it happened. Right? You need to tell me the truth.
I honestly, I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I don't.
Okay, look. We have it on video. I know that the person who shot this guy is a guy. Okay. I know it wasn't you. I know it was your car. You tell me you're the only one driving your car, so you were driving the car.
I mean, yeah, but I don't recall being in wherever you're saying I was. I'm the only one that drives my car, but
right.
I don't recall.
Okay. Honestly, you need to be honest with me here.
I am?
No, you're not. I don't know. After meeting you and talking to you and getting to know you, I doubt very much that you knew this was going to happen. You're not that kind of person.
It looks like Alicia is sitting on a big secret. But instead of coming clean, she's choosing to deny any involvement in the case. The detective decides to confront her with critical details of the investigation, leaving her with no choice but to confess.
But I do know that you were there. I do know you were driving the car. Now, driving the car could make you an accessory to murder. If you're going to sit here and tell me you don't remember, no one in the world, no one. You put yourself in my position, okay? I know you were driving the car. I know your car was there because I got video of it. Okay? The whole thing was on video. I got video of your car. You just spent the last hour telling me that you're the only one who drives your car, that you were driving your car that day. Did you go somewhere and with somebody, Devin and some other guy, or Devin and Caleb, and they got out of the car and had some kind of struggle with some guy, and maybe you didn't even know it happened?
I don't know. I just, like I said, I drive everywhere. And
yeah, you would have remembered this, though.
But I don't recall.
Okay. Tonight, Caleb had a gun on him. Did you know he had a gun on him?
No, because I don't just pat everybody down that comes in my car.
Well, you know he owns a gun, right? You're staying at his place. You drive with him every day.
The detective has told her 3 parts of the case: her car at the crime scene, someone getting into the car as the driver drove off, and that Caleb's gun matches the suspect weapon. Yet, she continues to claim that, quote, I don't recall. And unfortunately, this attitude doesn't change, not even after some tactic changes by the detective.
You drive with him every day.
Not every day. But...
Well, I mean, so he probably carries a gun with him for protection. In the parts of town.
Well, really, I don't really like seeing guns. I don't really like being around guns.
But
because of what happened to my dad.
Have you seen him with a gun before?
Not really, no, because I don't pay attention. Like I said, I don't really like seeing that stuff. It's just something to do with, what happened to my dad and stuff, so.
What happened to your dad with the gun?
He was murdered.
He was murdered?
Yeah.
Okay. With the gun? Okay. So this was probably pretty traumatic for you, seeing someone murdered with a gun.
I did not see anybody.
It happened right in front of your car.
Like I said, I don't recall. I'm sorry, I know this is probably frustrating for you because you're trying to, figure out what's going on, and I mean, this is your job, and I don't blame you, but I really don't recall.
You don't recall. So you're saying it could have happened, you just don't remember?
No, I don't recall being in any of that situation.
So you love Devon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love anybody that comes in my life, you know, whether it's...
Are you trying to protect somebody?
No.
I can't make you any promises. Okay? I'm a police officer. Police can't make any deals with you. Only the district attorney can do that. So I'm not making any promises. I can't make you any promises. Okay. But I'm telling you what I tell my own daughter. Okay. You're caught. Your car was there. You've told me you were driving your car. The murder happened right in front of your car. A man was shot and killed. Okay. Right now, you're all we got. You also told me that Devin was in the car with you whenever you drove this week. So I'm also assuming that Devin was in the car that night.
Yeah, but like
Okay,
I said,
so
Devin, that's the thing, is like, yeah, Devon, he's always with me. Always with me.
Always with you, okay.
So that's the thing, is...
Okay, so who else
recall.
Who else was in the car that night?
Honestly, I don't know.
So you're protecting the guy that got out of the car and murdered this guy, shot this guy.
That's the thing.
Because the only person we have is you, because we have your car and you said you were driving it and you said Devon was in it.
I'm not protecting anybody though. That's the thing, is me and Devon, we weren't in that situation. We did not see anybody get shot. For me, the way I see it is, that's just someone's life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's someone's dad, that's someone's husband, or you said it was a man, right?
Yep.
Yep, it's someone's husband. It's, you know, it's serious. And it's something that, you know what I mean? Whenever my dad got taken from me, my whole life changed around, you know? Mm-hmm. It's something very serious, and I take it very seriously. But like I said, we were nowhere around that.
Well, you were driving the car. I know that. You didn't shoot him. I also know that.
Yeah, I was driving my car, but...
Yeah. And I know it happened right in front of your car that you were driving. I know that. I don't believe you don't know who got out of your car, shot him, and got back into your car. It's making me start to think it's Devin. I didn't think it was Devin. I thought it was maybe someone else. But now you love Devin, so you're protecting somebody. You were driving the car. No, listen to me. You were driving the car. Devin was in the car with you. Someone was shot and killed standing right in front of your car. I don't believe that you didn't see it and you don't know about it. And yet you're sitting here telling me that. The only person I can think of that you've got any motive to put yourself at risk, because you're putting yourself at risk by protecting somebody.
That's the thing.
The only person that you could be protecting, in my mind, is Devin.
I'm not protecting anybody.
Well, who else?
Now, at this point, Valdez sounds like a broken record player as she continues to deny her involvement. We're hoping that Caleb's interrogation yields a more fruitful result.
Been a long night, huh? Yeah. Do me a favor and scoot your chair forward. Caleb, I'm Detective John Meone. I'm a detective here with Denver, and I'm going to talk to you about your traffic stop, your friends, and the gun that you had on you tonight. Before I talk to you, I've got to go through a little bit of paperwork. The first thing is I'm going to let you know that our interview is being recorded. And the second form is I'm going to let you know what your Miranda rights are. Okay? Let's go over Miranda real fast. All right, the person being advised is Caleb V. Hill, 12999. We're at the second floor, Denver Police Department headquarters. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. Anything you say can be used as evidence against you in court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer before questioning and have him present during questioning. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost to you before questioning. Do you understand? Did you understand each of the rights that I read to you?
Yes.
And all I need you to do is sign here. By signing here, that just means you understood your rights. All right, Caleb, the last part of the form reads, knowing my rights and knowing what I am doing, I now wish to voluntarily talk to you.
I don't know what it's about. What I voluntarily talk.
It's about what I explained to you before. You got stopped tonight with a gun in a traffic stop. That's what I'm going to talk to you about.
I got caught with a gun, that's it. I don't know anything else. I don't.
Okay, let's not get into anything right now. Knowing my rights and knowing what I am doing, I now wish to voluntarily talk to you. If you want to talk to me about what happened, your answer is yes. If you don't want to talk to me, you should say no.
No, I got it later.
Okay.
We usually skip over the Miranda part, but when we don't, that's when you know that you're watching someone smart. So, with no reason to talk, the police moved forward with issuing charges against him for illegal gun possession. This also gave them a strong enough reason to issue a search warrant for Caleb's house, which was an apartment on Ogden Street.
Camera, okay?
So police, open up the door. Police, open the door. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Step up.
Who else is in here? Nobody just me, sir. I don't live here. This is not my house. This is a friend's house of mine. I apologize.
If you're in here, make yourself known. Do it now.
Police department, come out. Come out with your hands up.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Good there? Here.
The police weren't expecting anyone to be at his apartment, which made it a shock to discover that he had a roommate. However, once he was escorted out and the search began, it was as if Caleb's apartment itself started testifying against him. The police found boxes and boxes of 9mm ammunition that matched the casing that they found at the crime scene. And on top of that, they got someone who completely shifted the course of the investigation and provided them with undeniable evidence. This crucial witness was Caleb's roommate, who had first-hand knowledge of everything that the trio had been involved in.
The other one in the car, I guess, they would rob this gun. Do rob the wallet on the ground. Della unloaded the gun into somebody, I guess. So whoever was in the car, I guess, Silencio just told me that they saw him get back up or whatever, and they ran him over as they drove off. That's all I know.
These were details that were not public at all. So the fact that this roommate knew all this meant that he heard it from the shooters. Also, Modelo is the nickname for Caleb, and Silencio is the nickname for Devin Howard. That's right, Devin was just as big of a part of this case as Caleb was. In fact, he also confirmed that it was Devin who was at the wheel, making Caleb the triggerman.
Have you ever seen a firearm of any kind in that apartment?
Yes, I have.
Tell me about that.
9mm.
Do you know who bought it? The three of them?
Modelo.
Modelo, so Modelo said it was his gun.
Yeah, he's the only one who ever had it, carried it on. So.
Okay.
But the biggest missing piece of this puzzle is, where was Alicia in all this? Well, seeing as she might also be involved, the police issued a search warrant for her white Mitsubishi Eclipse. Now, other than some pocket knives and a lot of garbage, they found this. A receipt from 7-Eleven, which was located just a mere 14-minute drive away from the crime scene. And look at the time, merely 2 hours after the incident. This puts the car occupants near the scene of the crime. And thanks to 7-Eleven surveillance cameras, they were able to identify the killers. Here we see the silver Mitsubishi Eclipse park, and out comes 3 people. Alicia Valdez, Devin Howard, and Caleb Vigil, all dressed in black like they just came from a robbery. Here we get an even clearer look at their faces. What's really infuriating here is that they're just so casually enjoying their time here, as if they have no regret over ending someone's life. With all this evidence putting them at the scene of the crime, it's time for the case to go to court, and for the Jenicek family to get some much-needed justice. And while they were not tried for their involvement in the Denver shooting, the trio was convicted for first-degree murder for their role in Andrew Jenicek's murder. They all got life sentences, and while 2 of them have settled for their life behind bars, Alicia is in the process of appealing her conviction. In the end, we must come to terms with the tragic reality. This was a burglary gone wrong, and Andrew was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. If you think this case was horrific, you need to check out my video about the Friday night that ended in homicide, with an innocent friend charged with murder.